Welcome back to another episode. In this one, we are looking at Tuscan Holdings Corp or Tucson Holdings Corp because this is one of the stocks which we looked at last night and you guys absolutely loved the video. So thank you for all of the support. Anyway, tonight we are doing another update on it and I'm going to be giving you my predictions and what I would do right now. So of course, if you are looking to buy this stock or at least if this company is on your radar, this is a video for you. So I'd appreciate it massively if you could just like and subscribe. You know, we're trying to get to 10,000 now on our road to 100k, so if you could help us reach 10,000 as fast as possible, you know what, it would be massively appreciated. On top of that, I just feel that I need to mention our Discord. Link to the Discord is in the description if you do want to come join us. If you do, I would love to see you there, so see you there, and we are going to jump straight in the video. So first things first, let's have a quick look at today. So today is Monday, so the markets were open and we have actually seen the stock price dip ever so slightly. So with this stock, we opened up on about $13.39. We finished off the day on $12.44. So you can see that we've lost about 6% of the value, slightly more actually. But you know, that's what I was expecting anyway for the very reason which I mentioned in the last video. And I'm just going to explain a few of those reasons again. I think that for the long term, and when I say the long term, I mean the long short term, which sounds very confusing, but I'm talking about the next few months leading up to the potential merger, and it depends on what happens regarding that merger, by the way, but I'll talk about that more in just a moment. But I think if this merger does go through and you know everything gets going well, I think it's going to be a case of the stock will be moving quite quickly up until the merger date, and then from the merger date, you know, once it goes through, I think we'll probably see a big sell-off, and that's just my opinion going off things which I have seen in different SPACs in the past. But with this company right now, unfortunately, we don't have any actual mergers announced, so it's just speculation at the minute. So either way, it is definitely going to be a rather speculative bet at the minute. And for that reason, of course, I would definitely only get into this one if you're looking for, you know, a high risk to reward ratio, because yes, it could be argued that with SPAC mergers, you know, most of the growth does happen once the merger is announced, and it does happen quite quickly. But I think it's another case of, obviously, with no merger announced, you are potentially buying in at a point now, and it could dip even lower in the future if no merger does come out. But yeah, let's talk about if a merger does come out. Let's give a best case scenario. I would buy it if I was adamant that it was going to come out. Of course, I am not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion. But yeah, if I definitely thought it was going to come out, I would say, you know what, I will buy this one. I'll be happy to buy it, and that would be decent for me for now. When would I sell it if I was going to buy it now and, you know, hold it just for the merger period? Because of course there are two ways to look at this. There's a way that you're going in for the long term, many years, and then there's a way to look at it, you're going for the short term, only a few months or so. So like I said in last night's episode, but just to clarify, for the short term, I would definitely probably buy it now if I was willing to risk it that high, and I would sell maybe 1 to 2 days before the merger, and that's simply just the fact that, like I said, once the merger just go through, a lot of institutions and whatnot that are holding it for a swing trade, like you probably will be as well, a lot of those do choose to go and sell on that date because they know that there's no more hype leading up to this event, because obviously the merger itself is a big catalyst when we look at the stock's price, and when I say catalyst, I mean something that speeds up the growth of the company's stock. And of course, yeah, a lot of people looking to get that quick and big gain, and fair enough to them, but it's important to note that a lot of the time, you know, sensible investors, if you will, or at least sensible short-term investors, do take their profits on the day of the merger or a few days after, so around that period is decent to sell. Obviously, some people don't take their profits on that day, and subsequently we see a slow but steady decline in the stock's price for quite a while. We've seen this with a few companies. I think examples which I can note are companies like Helion and Workhorse, where the stock price was super high and then it just dipped and dipped and dipped to over half the price of lost. So half the value of the stock was lost in a very rapid amount of time. So you can understand the way this one works. Hype comes into the stock, you know, people buy it, then people sell it once the hype has gone out, once the, you know, driving factor is left, and then they move on to their next investment. But for the long term, there is another way to look at this. So of course, looking into the next few years or so, when we talk about holding this company, what would I do? I would definitely consider it a hold for a few years, and I would probably still buy in now. When we talk about very specific periods to buy in, and I think this one equates for both of them, whether you're talking about short or long term, you still do want to get the best price possible. So would I say that now is a decent price? Honestly, I think it is relatively decent for a short term buy. Maybe I would wait to dip 1 or 2 days. Similarly, for a long term buy, I think even now is still a decent price in my opinion. Probably $2 lower would be nice, but if we were waiting for that, we would definitely probably have to wait till after the merger, and even then it's one of those ones where it could actually not come down to as low of a price as it is right now. So that is definitely something to consider. Anyway, I thought I'd just give you guys my quick opinions on when to buy in this stock. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, of course, please do subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 now, on the road to 100,000, so if you could do that, it would be massively appreciated. Other than that, thank you for the view, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.